growing up, my life was, like any other average kid. My mom raised 4 kids, did a terrific job. Never really knew my father. He was pretty much never in the picture. But my mother did an excellent job. She raised 4, beautiful kids. She raised us the right way. My grandmother also, another very important part in my life, also raised me, the proper way. She kind of was the main force behind me getting to know God. She would always read parts of the Bible, and she always had a lesson for everything in life. Didn't really listen to it that much. You're young, I'm not worried about that stuff. I'm just, trying to have fun, trying to enjoy myself and enjoy the time that I did have with my grandmother. My mom's the same way, my mom was the same way, and, she made sure that, we always prayed, that we, understood the existence of God. Before I met, God, I was lost. Like any other, young male, I was lost. You give into temptations, you give into certain urges. And a lot of those things were, things that were kind of like bringing me down. I remember one day when I decided, I think my first time stepping in the church in a long time, didn't really grow up in the church environment, it's something I kind of, had to experience on my own, and then I kind of, started going a lot. My mom always went, my grandmother always went. It took me a while to get there. I just didn't really understand. I didn't understand God. I didn't really understand His message and His word and how powerful He is into your life. I remember the first time that I went to church, I sat in front, and the pastor, he talked about, he talked about sin, and he talked about, giving into life's temptations. And I felt like that message really, it hit close to home, because that's what was going on in my life, and I just wanted to live a certain way. I wanted to be a certain type of man, that I wasn't being without finding Him. So when I found Him, I got on my knees one night and I prayed. I said, you know what, I need guidance. I need you to open up some things for me in my life. Show me something. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, oh, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Today, that's not the case now, because He spoke to me very loudly. He spoke to me a couple of years ago when I was lost. I remember one time I was hanging out at the mall with a couple of buddies, and I always tell this story with the girls that I coach. And this guy was starting an organization. I was there getting shoes with a couple of my buddies, and he said, hey, I need a basketball coach, for my girls' basketball organization. Are you willing to help me out? And I kind of blew him off. I laughed at him and said, oh, I'm not doing that. What do I know? I played basketball, was very good at it in high school. I'm not coaching girls. And I kind of laughed at it. 2 weeks went by, I went to the mall, same guy, same place. He asked me again. I said, all right, what? I said, I'm gonna take you up on your offer. I said, I'm gonna take you up on your offer. Just let me know when practice is and let me know what I need to do. The first day I walked in practice, probably not the first day, because the first day I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, oh man, what have I got myself into? I got these young 8 and 9-year-old girls looking at me like, you need to lead us. I'm lost because I don't know anything about coaching. I know how to play the game, but what I learned that day is that playing basketball and coaching is totally different. And I went home and I did a lot of studying. I had nights where, I just was crying, and I talked to my mom, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is what God wants me to do. So I prayed about it. Midway through the season, we were on an 8-game win streak. I started winning games. My knowledge of the game started getting a lot better. Started putting a lot of time and effort into it. And I feel that day He spoke to me and He told me, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to make music. I don't want you to you may not make $1 million, but I want you to be a leader, and I want you to be a role model. I want you to be a teacher. I want you to be a coach. And I felt from that day on, that's what He wanted me to do, and that's pretty much, He spoke to me. He spoke to me in my dream and said, you know what? I want you to coach. I want you to teach. I want you to guide the new generation. I want you to bring them up and do it the best way that I know that you can. And this is the reason why I'm assigning you this job, because I know you can do it. He's blessed me with the opportunity to coach high school girls basketball. It's because of Him I got that opportunity. He's blessed me with, I got my associate's degree last year. You know, I'm working on getting my bachelor's degree. I'll graduate with that next year. He's opened up so many doors in my life, so many doors that I didn't have before. And I think it's all because I found him. I went to him on my knees and humble, you know, and said, you know, look, I need your help. You know, I need your help. I need you to guide me. There's certain things I want to do. I want to be a certain type of man, and I can only do it, you know, with your power and your guidance. And that's what he did for me. I want to be baptized because I feel that it proves, you know, it proves a manhood. It proves that you really are a Christian. I feel by giving your life to Christ, you're really telling him, you're trusting him with everything in your life. I feel that, you know, getting baptized is the right thing to do. I mean, you got to understand the message. And I understand the message clearly because he's pretty much blessed me from where I've been and where I'm at now in my life. I can truly say to myself, I'm blessed. And everything that I've gotten in my life is because of God. This is my way of telling him, thank you very much for everything that you're doing for me.